We're live.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the latest installment of What's in
Live
the
with-
Basement.
What's in the basement? We do have something extra interesting in the basement today.
That's accurate. This doesn't probably matter to anybody, but we made you mobile
Yeah.
because we have a setup here now.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling like,
It got weird and static.
yeah, we were so static. I couldn't like move you guys around. Like if Nick had to leave for a second, I couldn't like bring you guys with me to the sewing machine and stuff like that. So, which is something that we used to do all the time.
Yeah, we showed more of the makering.
During our lives. Yeah, so we've made you mobile. You guys are now attached, YouTube and Instagram. And so we can now move you as one. There's also a flying stink bug in our studio right now. And if you hear me scream, that's why.
Is that what it is? I can't see.
Yeah, I think so.
Just gonna watch it fly for a while. That's annoying.
Oh, it's getting closer.
It's nice out. Go outside. Anyway.
So if you see us like wandering like this or I scream, it's just a stink bug attacking me. Let's see, what else? Okay, ready? This is fun.
Let's
Wah!
start.
Good thing I was standing here, sir.
Dun, dun, dun.
That wasn't
Let's
part
start
of
with
the
what
plan.
you're actively working on instead.
Oh, fine. I'm working, so we wrapped up all the orders for October.
Yeah, so we have, these
that
are the
right?
last 3 going out.
Okay, we wrapped up all the orders from October. Last 3 are going out the door. And so I've started on the mini Chloe's. So this is the first one, the olive one. I'm getting done right now. So far, so good. And yeah, I'm excited about this. Once I get this done too, I can kind of show you guys more of like what the inside looks like and everything like that.
Yeah, getting in, like a new design always just takes longer. Yeah, because, even designs you've been making forever, you're always thinking of how to improve them when you're
Yeah.
like putting them together. So, so this person is asking us about
Yeah.
manufacturing. We are good. We make everything ourselves. Thank you.
Yes, thanks. But also, I haven't made this bag since I designed it, so
It's like a relearning experience.
Yeah, whenever I start like putting a new bag into full production, it's just like the first like 1 to 3 bags is always going to be a little bit slower just because I'm like trying to figure out essentially like best practices and like how I can get it done as efficiently as possible and also as easily as possible. So yeah, I'm just trying to remember everything I did and just
It
work
was
through it.
super fun to cut out, which sounds like a weird thing to say, but I really enjoyed it. There's something about how like the shapes are. They nest really nicely with each other,
on the hide,
so
yeah.
that like I can get as much yield as possible. Because sometimes with like with a circle bag, you're kind of sometimes missing some of the pieces here, or if with like a severe other kind of curve, you're kind of unable to use certain pieces. So these were nice and
they fit together nicely.
nesty. They were
Yeah,
nesty,
so if you
which I love.
ordered a mini Chloe, there goes the stink bug.
They start shipping tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm getting them out the door, guys. So, exciting news on that. Now can I talk about the
I'm
fun
excited.
thing behind?
I guess we really want to.
Okay.
This is not leather related. This
No,
is
but
in
it's
fact
the most fun.
extraterrestrial.
Oh, can I get in it? Can you hold that?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Can I get it?
I mean, I know I can. Wait. Let me see the. Where's the other one?
This isn't weird, right?
Totally normal. Happy Halloween! So Wes wanted to be an alien for Halloween.
Yeah, Wes wants to be an alien, so he has a cool spacesuit, and
Yes.
then Leanne decided to take it into a whole different world, 3-dimensionally, and make
Make a UFO.
a UFO.
Totally
So-
normal. Okay, can you please take this off me?
This is cardboard, an umbrella, and like metallic fringe.
Yeah, you gotta just go.
I know that's what you really came for today.
That's right. And this is his spacesuit that
She can't
I
help herself. She's
covered
like, I have
in
to make
duct
more
tape.
things.
Listen, guys, art school
It
it
does
prepares
it to
you for Halloween.
It does.
That's what I'm saying. And like we like to make stuff, So like Halloween is the best time of year. So these are his little boots, his little ray gun, and his little spacesuit. So that'll be super fun.
Our neighbors are probably like, what are you doing in your backyard making everything
All
similar?
this spray paint everywhere. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, wait, let me move these.
So here's the mini Chloe. So we're in full scale production of these guys. We have about, I'm thinking by the end of next week, they'll be done. Well, you'll be pretty close to being done.
Yeah, I would think.
And then the big Chloe
Starts after that?
starts after that. So if you've been patiently waiting, here they are.
They're coming.
Whee!
All right, put it away.
Why?
Because it's.
I like it.
I know you do, but I feel a certain way about it, so put it somewhere else.
And that's why
Thank you.
prototypes
I have
are
feelings.
prototypes.
So yeah, that's what we're working on. Oh,
Do you want to show the pieces or no? Or are you in a space where you can't
I'm-
do that? It's fine if you aren't.
I don't know.
No, that's a no. Let's show these bags.
Oh, sure.
Uh,
Wes will be the coolest in the Halloween parade. Yeah.
so these three are going out the door today.
Yes. So mini Shelby's and tan and sienna and an olive. Ta-da! Yes, these guys were fun to do. Get them all done. It's
Yeah.
always fun when something is like in a grouping of colors.
And I have to try to remember if I have photos of each of these on
On
leather
leather.
background, because
Yeah.
like it's really frustrating when like I need one of a color and we make it and I ship it by accident. I'm like, I needed a photo. So we're coming up about a year on leather, bags on leather as an idea,
Bags on
which
leather.
sounds, no one knows what that means, but
It's fine.
here we are. What else? What are we doing?
I mean, we've been
We're busy.
Yeah, doing a lot and making lots of decisions. I feel like recently.
Yeah.
But they're not necessarily
We're-
things we can talk about.
I mean, we're super pumped for 2024.
Whoa,
It's going to be awesome.
lots going on.
And a little crazy, but
course.
it's kind of how we do it. So
That's accurate.
Grant knows what it means. It's my photography style. Awesome photos. Cool. Yeah, it's always a special, like, it's like a balance between remembering and, yeah, having the right bags and leather.
It's true.
But-
And having enough leather to do it.
And having enough leather. Sometimes I cut it too close and like I've made the last bag, I've cut the last bag out, and by the time I order leather for another piece, like I don't have a full hide to do the photos with, but that's a me problem. I can't believe you're working on that right now.
I'm just doing something that's like an
working
easy
live.
part, supposedly.
Yeah, we can do this. Let's see. She doesn't want you to see this part.
Oh, what are you doing? I wasn't. That wasn't what the
This
show
is where the
was.
bags are made, if you're new. That's Leanne's concentration hair. You can't see her face.
Concentration here. Thanks. I don't usually sew one stitch at a time. Also, I'm just trying to get around something here.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're like at the end of October, so November 1st for us is order week, which is crazy. I feel like
Oh,
what just
yeah.
happened. Oh, it comes so quick. And then this upcoming order week is special for two different reasons. It's only 5 days, and it is also the cutoff for holiday. So if you need an order by 12/24, that's the last time you can place an order with us, because we have to make them and then ship them out. So the 5th is the very last day you're going to be able to order for guaranteed shipping. like all order weeks, if we find that we're at capacity, we'll close it down. And navy will be available
Oh,
for,
yes.
for November. So we got that news,
Yep.
which is super exciting.
Very,
so
very
all
exciting.
colors will be available. We'll have leather and all the components needed for bags, which is awesome. Because we were a little bit concerned that we weren't going to get the right, be able to get the leather we use for navy. So that will be H&H the musical. Uh-oh. You definitely don't want to see that.
No. Maybe they'd want to see you do that.
Let me guess your plans for 2024. You're going to write a musical. Oh, that's what that was for all the leather and take it on the road. No, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, I just don't see it happening. We could make leather streamers, attach it to the car, and then take it on the road. Leanne sews. I could hook up something with the car so she could sew using the industrial
What?
while driving.
What is happening? This
Have
sounds
a real
terrifying.
road show, or we could get a van converted
That'd be
into like
cool.
the leather road show.
Leather road? Is that like antique roadshow somehow? If you go antiquing
It's
also?
kind of the opposite of antique road show. You're actively producing while
Yeah,
driving around the country.
true.
But yeah, we've been doing a ton of brainstorming and thinking about 2024, and we've got so many things on our brains that
Yeah.
we're excited
It's
for.
excited to be, I'll be excited when we can actually share it, because I feel like right now we can't really.
Yeah, there's still
talk about
some
too
things
much
we got to
of it.
figure out first, and then we can officially share things. The new Teak Road Show. There it is. The new Teaks.
New cheeks.
I wonder if there's like an I can't remember right now. What's the word for like word origins? It's gonna bug me.
I keep thinking anthropology, but that's not it.
Anyway,
It'll come to me when I'm not thinking of it.
what do you want to talk about?
And with order week,
Etymology. Thank you.
etymology, that's it.
I kept thinking entomology, and I knew that was wrong. It's bugs, right?
Yes, that's bugs. And the other thing with order week is that the Chloes will be back for order.
Not to be confused with entomology. Yeah. Say that again.
The Chloes will be back for order.
Oh, yeah. Chloe and Mini Chloe will be available. We're good at this, right? Will be available for November 1st. Goodness. Whoa.
What else?
I mean, that's kind of it.
That's where we're
As
at.
far as like businessy things, because we're rocking and rolling for the holidays. We'll get the orders, we'll cut them out, we'll make them and ship them. This is like grind time.
Yeah.
Right after November order weekends, it's like pedal to the metal for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Until we can't anymore, and then we try to take off December, or the end of December, rather. Doesn't always work. We sometimes get about a week. And then January
I
hits
need
the
to
ground
turn
running.
these off. Can you help me?
What?
I need to turn off the lights.
You can't just have the LED lights flashing.
Well, I don't want to waste the battery. I'd be very upset. So I had to.
Ooh, you need a sound, like a sound effect.
A sound? That'll be Wes's job. Wes will make the sound effects. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to be part of this video, or?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think about what I'm doing.
Well, if you guys have any questions for me, I'm here to talk to you. Leanne is not. She's working. She's busy, and she's thinking about the mini Chloe
Just
in all possible ways.
make sure I'm doing everything correctly. Do you want me to not work so I can talk?
I mean, maybe for a little bit. Okay. Get the conversation going.
True.
So they're not just staring at me being weird.
That's usually where we end up.
That
So
makes everybody uncomfortable. Okay. First question. I have a question. Go.
we're ready.
I'm accepting questions. Currently. I can feel that he's typing, so we'll wait just a second. Can you review what bags, this isn't the question Daniel had, but can you review the bags you're going to be doing in Mild again? So we haven't fully decided. However, we do know that the mini Bowery will be part of it. We're hoping that the big Bowery will, but we need to make sure that it has the same feel, it can be stiff enough, or if there's something we need to do to make it work.
Right.
So those two we really want to do.
Yep.
We also really want to do
The mini Shelby.
the mini Shelby,
The Charlotte.
the Charlotte.
So the mini Shelby is the bucket bag I just showed you guys a second ago. I don't think I'll be doing the big version of it, or at least not this
we
go
didn't
round
plan
at
to.
the very
we both
least.
decided like,
Yeah.
we're like, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
We don't want something to evolve into a slouchy bag. We want it to still feel structured and
Yeah.
to keep its shape.
Yeah.
And not that that bag couldn't do it. I think that the mini is just better suited for that leather.
Yeah. The Charlotte is our sling bag. And
That's a great question.
the Chloe's we were talking about.
And the Chloe's. I think we were trying to keep it to 6 to do like a little mini collection drop.
And then there'll be the new crossbody bag.
Yeah.
How many is that? I didn't count. Mini Bowery, Big Bowery,
Charlotte,
Mini Shelby, Charlotte,
and then the 2 Chloe's.
2 Chloe's.
That's 6.
That's 6. Nice job. And then the new bag. That's 7.
That one kind of doesn't count because it
'Cause
was
it's-
already in process
yeah,
and we were
true.
thinking about it. But yeah, the Super Sally, or whatever you want to.
Super Sally?
Super Sally. The Sally's bigger
Friend?
best friend. That doesn't sound good.
She'll get a new name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one will.
We
do you
don't
want me to
usually
grab it?
we don't usually like retroactively make a bigger one. Usually.
Yeah, usually it's the other way around. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Do you want me to grab it?
What?
The Super Sally.
We should last time. You can if you want.
All right, I'll grab it. I was like also
Because we can
thinking, do
keep-
we have any, like all of the bags? We don't, because we don't have the mini Boweries, but. Or the
I
big
don't know
Bowery.
what you're talking about.
I was just thinking, like, do we have all the bags I can show? All the bags that will be made and
Let's get
milled.
weird. Okay. How do you balance the use of angles and straight lines with curves on design? My instinct is to go all curvy or all sharp. But life is about compromise. That is a fantastic
That's a
question.
great question.
I think you already said it. It's balance. It also depends on what you want. So like if you're looking for something that is like edgy and bold, it doesn't mean you can't have soft lines, but your predominant design choices should be a little bit more angular or sharp. And if you're going the other spectrum, it doesn't mean there can't be hard lines. It's just like I said, it's a balance, and it has to work. Like I think it's kind of combining your own personal feelings and design language into a thing. And like
There's definitely, yeah, and there's definitely times where like you don't want the whole thing to be curvy.
yeah. So here's a good example. In leather specifically, when everything is just sharp, 45 degrees, 9 degrees,
90 degrees.
9 degrees. Wow. Go back to geometry. 90-degree angles. It can look crafty really quick. So it looks like you don't know how to cut
That's
an
true.
angle. It can look like
Or curve.
like you're an amateur. And then when you can start to get into the curves, you can like show your skill kind of. And it feels a lot more thoughtful when you have a combination of those things. And I think a lot of times it's really harder to use a lot of curves in leather.
Yeah, I mean, they're more difficult to cut and things like that.
And for many reasons. But yeah, I think when you use your instincts, like what feels right, what
Yeah.
doesn't, because we do that all the time. We'll look at something and be like, man, this is just, something is a little bit off about this. And we will, so like, we'll just use this as an example. So like for this bag, we knew it wasn't quite right.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be a little bit more squat. So we literally put our thumbs up to it and we're like cutting it off with our hands and like just kind of manipulating it to see what made sense in our minds for scale.
Right.
And if you want to get mathematical about it, you can look at things like the golden ratio to help you with that, or like rule of thirds in photography. Like those kinds of things will help you get an understanding of proportion and space and scale. And then you can apply that to whatever you want. Like it's just a formula. And you can you can overlay that over your picture, and it's a real mathematical way to do it if you want. Science. Somebody's waving at Mordor 189. How are you? That's funny. Love your bags, thanks. That's real weird.
What's weird?
Okay.
Did we get really far behind?
Yeah, I clicked on it, so okay. That's a good point about the curves being more skilled. Yeah.
Also,
Rule of
curves.
thirds, not to be confused with the rule of nines.
What's the rule of nines?
I don't know.
Okay. Also, just curves in general, like I know they talk about this in like interior design and things like that, tend to feel more feminine.
Feminine, organic, like there's a whole
bunch of words you can use to describe it, but I personally love juxtaposition and like marrying those two things together to get like the right, we'll say harmony, or just that feel when you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's right. I know that's not like a tangible way to help with that dilemma, but
I feel when people are starting out in like any craft or art, they go full tilt into one thing or the other. So like you have a skill set and then you're like, all right, I want to go full into that. So like maybe you go all square or all round, and then you find like maybe that extreme isn't for you. Where do you fall in the balance of between that? And like that's really where your voice is, I think. I hope that makes sense. Do you ever have hand, finger, arm pain when you're working a lot? What do you do to manage? I used to have thumb pain, not thumb, but like fingers.
But truly, what it came down to, a couple things we've done. So I have a back issue, and I work on, like, our basement is a cement floor. So Nick got me all of these, like, super awesome
fatigue mats.
Fatigue mats, that's what they're called. And that has helped me drastically with
I call them action squares. No, I don't.
Action. I like that name way better. Action squares. So for sure, if you're working on a hard surface and you have any sort of back issue, I would suggest a fatigue mat. What's wrong?
Hello? This person says volume's very low, but sorry.
That's okay. Also, just good shoes is helpful. But then I was having like hand and thumb pain, and really what it came down to is making sure my tools were sharp enough to cut so I wasn't having to push so hard.
That's a good point.
I remember back when we had a not so great beveler, I literally...
The craftiest craft beveler that ever existed is what we had.
Yes. And I looked forward to burnishing because I knew I'd get to stick my finger and thumb, or I guess my finger was that was hurting. But I get to stick it in cold water to like add water to the edge to burnish. I was like, that's gonna feel so good after doing all that beveling, which is just like a huge red flag that you need a better tool.
The rule of nines is a quick way to calculate coverage on a burn victim's body. That sounds great.
Oh, why do you know that?
I don't know. Oh, we did catch up. That's good.
Rule of nines. Hello. I'm
I know,
sorry.
you want to get it done.
I do.
I get it. You want to figure it out. You want to...
I want to feel...
yeah, you want it done.
Yes.
That's funny.
For you.
For me, specifically. What other questions you got? This is probably going to be a short one just because we have stuff to do.
We always have stuff to do, but
this
we've got a lot
feels
to
more
do.
pressing.
Well, yeah.
Maybe because the heater's on.
Oh, is it taking some of the sound away or something?
Maybe.
Where's the little... Oh.
Maybe I'm sitting on my receiver.
Maybe it's because your plastic came off.
Yeah. She makes fun of me. I keep the plastic things on stuff so that when it's time to take it off, it's like, it's new again.
So
And it
our
gets a second life.
dishwasher still has
But you
plastic
can't
wrap
see it.
on
You
it.
wouldn't know that. I don't know why. It's just a thing
You're
that I
like
do.
an old Italian grandma with her furniture.
Okay, well, I'm going to put plastic on the furniture and we can
I will-
squeak when we sit on it.
Okay, can't wait. How very South Philly of you.
Let's get some clear plastic blocks. How do I know that? I'm totally sure. I suspect ADHD, Wikipedia rabbit holes. That gets you a lot of information. Hopefully you can find a way to apply it. Hopefully not, actually. You have to never use that information. Unless it's helpful for somebody in that situation. But hopefully you don't have to experience it.
What?
Nothing? Nothing at all. Oh, here we go. Let's talk about can't read. Let's talk about hand press and how they've helped you with hardware attachment and which ones are your go-to. We a long time ago used
Good question.
a hammer. What did we use when we first started out? It was
Arbor press?
Before that, we had like a hand setter, I think. And
You're talking about for rivets?
Yeah.
Okay.
A long time ago.
I don't
when we
really
very
remember.
first started out, we had a hand rivet set. I know. You probably shouldn't remember.
I think we very quickly moved to the arbor press.
Yeah, we then used an arbor press, which was not as consistent as we hoped at all.
Your rivets end up being pancakes instead of like
Right.
nicely domed.
And then we moved to
The buckle
guy
press.
rivet press, which is, we have the green one.
Yep.
And that got us consistent rivets every time. So
Yeah,
that was
and
like a game changer for that.
that we've had for a super long time and has continued to be awesome.
Yeah, that thing will last forever.
Oh yeah. And we just recently got a new stand for it,
Press stand.
which we talked about in the last live, and then Nick did a video on. I think is it still on our feed? The video.
It might have moved to just the videos. I usually just put all the videos on the one.
Okay, but if you're looking for it, you can go back and watch
I
it.
put it together and we use it.
Yeah. So I've been using it for the last 2 weeks. And I really, really like it. The thing I would say I like about the most, so even before we had our the buckle guy rivet press attached to our workbench, and Nick had made it into a foot press by like drilling a hole through the bench and adding a stirrup and all this stuff, and it worked great. But now with the stand, I get even more clearance basically under it. So if I need to like get a bag in there so I can rivet, there's a lot of clearance with that stand.
And it also has like stopping control. Like with the stirrup, you could overdo it.
Yeah.
Which would be a
Also,
problem.
too, I realized like when I go to rivet on straps, I've got way more like wiggle room around it because it's just like as if the press is just floating in the air, kind of besides a pole coming at the bottom. So I just have way more wiggle room. I don't feel like I'm like getting in an awkward position to make it rivet. But
initially, when I was doing research for presses, I was of the impression that I was going to get like an old Stimson
a pneumatic
industrial, not a pneumatic one,
okay.
Foot press. But one, they are
Terrifying.
very heavy, and two, I had no idea how to. I could probably figure this out at the time, but at the time I had no idea how to get like a die made for an older machine. Now I know I probably could have looked at what style it was and just had somebody make it, or use ones that are already made. But yeah, that was a little bit overkill for our needs at the time. I think it's really important to grow your business like slowly with you, because it's real easy to be like, I want to get all the cool tools that I possibly could ever get. But there's something to be said for when you get like that new tool and it makes your life easier, and it like frees your mind up to do like other things. So like we no longer had to worry about rivets not being set properly, or them failing or like messing them up, and then we could focus on other parts of the design process.
Sorry.
That's a great question, though.
I'll just put that over there. We also have that press.
Yes. So we also have a weaver press that we bought specifically for the the leather loops on our straps. they have brass staples that work.
That work.
Well, they have the anvil and the staples.
It's just a way faster way of creating, like, basically like a belt loop.
They were hand stitched before,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah, it just took
this
such a
works
long
just
time.
as well, and it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah,
And it's brass.
Yep.
Can't be mad at brass.
it's true. It works great. Yeah. So those are the presses we have. I think the buckle guy one though is
Yeah, that's the one.
that's the one. That's the winner. That's the way I would go. Super heavy duty. There's a ton of dyes you can get. Also, aren't they like interchangeable with different? Is it called California style or something?
West Coast.
West Coast.
We don't use West Coast in
But
there.
like, if you wanted to.
I don't think so. I think that one, no, this one uses only the buckle guy ones, I think. Don't quote me on that. But the new one they have, I think it's the
Oh, that's what it is.
BG180.
Yeah, the
has
white one
like the 3 styles of dye sets
that you can get.
That
Yeah, that's right.
So you can use those interchangeably.
Yeah.
I think ideally, like if we had another one, we would set one up for rivets and one up for magnets. And probably be
Good to
just save ourselves a little time.
Yeah.
Changing over dyes. But that's like, you're worrying about that when like you're in production. It's not like, that's not a big deal if you don't need to produce a lot, right? But that time change of dyes can save you money in the long run if you are actually producing at some volume. Okay, I'm missing all sorts of stuff. Is it true that the hand press brand only presses the rivets from the manufacturer? Or how can you order rivets from anywhere? How does that staple on Weaver? So that's a good question too. So we do use Buckle Guy hardware. We love it, and it just made sense for us to get the press too. I don't know. We never tried to get other rivets. So to be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would assume you could probably look at the cap size, the millimeter cap size on like wherever you are, and see if they compare. That's probably your best bet. I don't understand why U.S. brands make the screw-in type dies. The industry standard has been 3/8 inch straight shank dies for 100 years. I need a new press, but can't use Buckle Guy.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, I don't know. Weaver has the straight shank, and Buckle Guy, yeah, they're screw-in. I think, I don't know, is there a failure on like the tightening mechanism? I don't know. But if it's been around for 100 years, it's probably good. I love my Bubble Guy press. Ooh, is that something different?
That is called spell.
Behind. Buckle Guy has an adapter, but it takes up so much vertical space that my tall button dies won't fit. Still love Buckle Guy though. Yeah, I think that's probably solved with their new design. But yeah, it's a good point. Like for us, it's really important to have the overhang because we're doing bags. We get in there. But if you're doing like flat stuff, it's less of a concern. But we like the space around for bag safety.
Yeah, I saw the Bubble Guy thing. That's funny.
Bubble Guy. Hey, maybe they should rebrand Bubble Guy. It's totally different. It's totally different, but
That'd be pretty funny. I like that.
I hope they're not watching. I have the Mystery Science Theater 3000 theme stuck in my head. If anyone
sure do.
cares, it's just stuck in there. How the staple attachment on the Weaver. So there's an anvil on the bottom that kind of it curves like up. You attach to the bottom with an Allen key, but it kind of looks like this. And you can put the loop around that. And then the top has like a rectangular shape for the top of the staple. And it curves them under, just like a stapler would. Can't not make sound effects.
I know, it's really funny.
But yeah, like I said, we bought that machine for that very specific purpose. We don't change the die or anvil on it, and that's what we use it for. But we rivet and magnet with our Buckle Guy one. Pros and cons to the sewing machine you guys use. Pros? Well, let's start with cons. Your designs will be amazing forever and ever. You have any cons to the Cobra Class 26? Trying to think.
Cons?
Yeah. If you don't, like, we recently got the EPS system on it, which if you don't do that, I would say that's a con. You should definitely get that. It makes your life easier. And your stitching and back tacking, like, flawless every time.
Yeah, I don't know of any cons. I can say the pros.
It's heavy, but industrial machines are like that.
I was going to say, like, in comparison to...
Yeah. I've seen some with, like, lasers on, like,
yeah,
guides on them.
there's definitely, like, other bells and whistles, I would say, that you could get on other machines. But
yeah, like you can attach, like, I guess you could probably figure it out, but, like, a compressor to, like, spray it down.
Okay. Seems unnecessary. But I would say pros are, for sure, the EPS that we have on there now is amazing. EPS, if you don't know, is, like, the needle positioning, so you can set it to either be, when it does a stitch, it either just stays up or it goes straight down, depending on how you set it and how you press the pedal. That has been amazing. I'm so grateful that we've gotten that, and it's made it so that, like, back tacking is way smoother and pretty much always perfect. Also, the particular machine that we have is Cobra Class 26. For us, for what we do, it's perfect as far as, like, the weight of leather that we typically are working in. I can, get it to sew through 3 ounces of leather without issue, up to, I think so far I've done 12 ounces.
You've done 15? No, you've done more than that.
I don't remember. Yeah, you're right. I think
I know
I can do more than
limit,
that.
I think one time.
Oh, did you?
It was like 20. It was something stupid. It was like 8 to 10 ounce on top of each other, like 3.
It probably, if you adjusted the tension, though, it actually could have done it.
Oh, it did it. It did it.
Yeah. So it has a nice range. I'd say, especially if you're doing bags. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else.
Honestly, like, the only con that I really feel like, and I haven't really met, like, a bobbin winder I really like, but, like, it's just a regular old bobbin winder. I kind of wish there was, I almost feel like we just need, like, a separate bobbin winder machine.
So you didn't have to unthread the machine to wind the bobbin?
Yeah, but I mean, we could solve that with
another roll of thread,
which we don't do, and most people probably wouldn't do.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of reasons to dislike it.
Yeah.
It's a 341 clone, and it does everything we need it to. Mm-hmm. Ethel Hoffman brought a badge. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Forget about badges.
Did you miss something up there or no?
Hello from Chile. Hello. Okay. One of the cons is that I don't have one. Probably. Definitely looking to get a Class 26. Yeah, you can also, if you have questions, you can call them up. They're super knowledgeable about their machines.
Yeah, I would say, that's one of the main reasons we decided to go with them, is that their customer service was really great, as far as, like, helping us with setup and
I think they're available
choosing the right machine.
Through Springfield Leather as well now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they'll let you know. If you know what you're sewing, the thickness, the thread size you want to use, that's a lot of good info to give them. Because I remember when I first started looking at sewing machines, I was like, I don't know, is this going to work for us? And I think primarily at the time, I was looking at the Cowboy, the Cobra, and the Texo. And we went with the Cobra. I'm trying to remember my reasoning at the time. There was definitely a reason.
We had a Texo, not for leather, but...
No, we had a Conso.
Oh, Conso. Oh,
different, but similar. And it's red. I mean, come on.
It's not red, it's brown.
That's red. It's bread.
It's definitely brown.
It's red.
This is red.
That is red. This is also red.
It's accurate.
It's going to be a theme for next year.
Very funny.
So that's the sewing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're looking to do leather, you definitely need a dedicated leather sewing machine. They are costly, so that's a consideration too. And shipping is usually freight, so unless you can pick it up, and that's like an extra $300 or $400 usually, depending on where you are. There's a joke about cons and conso somewhere in there, but I'm too lazy to figure it out. Yeah. I love the conso. That was an upholstery style machine, 206 RB5, which basically just meant it could go backwards too. Straight stitch. I love that thing.
Mm-hmm.
We sold it. And we sold our serger too to some friends. Who I hope are using it. You all done?
I'm done. I
You're
need
done?
to.
You can do that.
I
If you guys have
literally
any
can't. 'Cause I need
questions
to
for
talk to
me,
you
I'll
about
be
it.
here for a couple more minutes. Leanne needs to finish this or her brain will explode. That's how
Well-
she works. I've been recently doing work with some friends in analyzing their business, which has been a lot of fun for me. And I'm not, I'm not being, it's hard to, I don't know, they don't know me. It's hard for me to explain that excitedly because I know that is so boring for most people, but I totally love analyzing people's, analyzing business and data and stuff to figure out like action plans for like the future and stuff. So
Can you hand me a
that's
little
what
clip?
I do for us all the time.
Hand me a little clip. Thank you. Stop. Come on.
I have a 206 RB something here for a tune-up for a friend. Yeah, they're good machines. They do what they need to do.
I need.
Have you seen the new Cobalt Blue from Wicket and Craig? Yeah, we have a sample of it.
Yep.
We have a sample of that, and we have a sample of walnut. It's really blue. So before you get excited, we're not going to be doing this color, but we do like to know what the options are. So this is the Cobalt from Wicket and Craig, and it's probably like 10, 12 ounces. And this is walnut, which is their new brown. So this is more of like a nutty brown. Their dark brown's like super chocolatey and deep, and it's a beautiful color, but it's a lot more like red undertone. And this is their blue. This blue is like really bright. If you've seen their navy, it's like really dark and rich. This one's really bright and like playful. Yeah, I could definitely see this walnut being a good seller for them. It's like a really good medium tone. We decided that like these don't fit our designs exactly how we want. We talked about getting a custom color done with them in the future, so we have to kind of decide what that means for us. And we've been thinking a lot about that too. So that's a super long-term goal for us. But yeah. Compared to the navy, how much lighter? Oh, significantly.
Let me just look at the swatches.
There we go. Just do this. So the navy can read almost black sometimes in a photo, which is one of the reasons we do a lighter edge paint on it. But that's navy. That's not cobalt. And that's cobalt. So, see, it's even hard on the camera to get the navy to look like navy. Here's it next to black, so you can know it's not black. But they're good colors.
I would say that's a true like cobalt.
It's definitely a true cobalt. It's like it doesn't really lean one way or the other, like warm or cool, or not. It's obviously cool because it's blue.
Yeah.
It doesn't lean warm, I guess, or like purpley. I'm not laughing at you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not. I think we're gonna call it because it's getting real weird. I forgot to put music on lowly.
That's
lowly,
why.
Lowly. Low for
Lowly
myself,
worm?
for myself to keep it,
Okay.
keep me from freaking out.
Okay, now you're freaking out, aren't you?
I'm freaking out.
It's freaking out.
Leanne's in thought mode.
You know what? That's not making fun of me.
Can you show us the awesome hand press? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting we're mobile.
See? Look at that.
I know. First effective use of the mobile. So ignore all that stuff over there. But
Ignore the spaceship.
whoa. I forget the name of the material. Biothane, but it has biothane strap. It's quite operation. I think this is an option too. We put our dies in there because we have a 5-year-old, and he instantly came over to it and just was spinning it.
Flung
And I
it.
was like, well, if that was full of rivets, we would all be in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, it connects with some hardware. Goes through the machine. That's it. It's super solid. It's got a way to level it on the bottom, which is helpful because our floors aren't super level because it's from the 1920s. I think so. They sent us. This is a prototype, so
Yeah.
they might be making some small tweaks to it. But I think they said November. Is that right? November 1st.
I don't know.
Early November. I think
Yeah,
they're going to
early
be
November.
launching them. And they're another small business, so it's. I felt like we don't usually do this kind of thing, but it felt really good. I felt like we had a good conversation, and I should probably name the company Cane Mountain Leather. So if you want to look them up, I don't know if it's on their site or anything, or if it's launched, but I'm pretty sure it starts in November.
I need to ask you some questions, so I need.
Questions without people here?
Correct.
Okay. Guess we're leaving.
I got stuff to do.
I know. All right. So we are going to continue our work, and Leanne is going to look really intensely at her mini Chloes until they make themselves. And then I'm going to get back to doing what I was doing.
There you go. Sorry, guys. I just want to get this right, and I don't want to mess it up, and it's hard to do that while doing a live.
Is it?
Yes.
What time is it? This is 48 minutes.
It's a record.
You're not giving them the content they deserve.
Next week will be much stronger content, I promise.
I mean, this is for all those 2-hour ones.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Well, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. We'll probably have even more to talk about.
Oh, wait.
Oh, jeez.
Next week will be order week.
Yeah, we talked about it, right?
I don't know if you said it was next week.
Is it?
Yeah, because next week is
26th.
By Thursday, it'll be order week. There you go.
It will be November 1st
Oh, is it?
in the future.
Wait. Is Thursday November 1st?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
All right.
But that's when order week is.
Okay. You really can't not put the music on because it is so weird.
I know, it's like a void.
All right, guys. Sorry for all the weirdness. Hopefully you enjoyed.
We're having a good time. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. We'll see you in next Thursday, 10:30
In the
in
morning.
the morning,
Eastern Standard
time. We were pretty close to being on time today.
Next week is order week. If you want to order Chloe, mini or otherwise.
We're figuring out the logistics for red for spring, as we discussed in our last live.
Yep.
And what else? I don't know. What else? Mini Chloe starts shipping tomorrow. Big Chloe's hopefully next Friday. She just wants to
I
get back to
literally
work to
can't
figure
stop.
out the
I
Chloe
can't.
stuff. We'll see you next week.
Sorry.
Bye. 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 Bye.